and welcome to this edition of Behind the Story with Business Today. We've been doing a lot of these videos and you'll be quite interested in them. And what if I start speaking in Hindi right now? I'm sure you'll like it. I'm sure most of you will know Hindi. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that we are doing a story on regional language internet. Now, that of course doesn't mean that you create a new internet and a completely new network with the hardware and everything based on regional languages, but it's more about the content and about supporting apps and infrastructure and the surrounding ecosystem. If you're not too sure what I'm saying, actually I'm also not too sure what I'm saying, so why don't we just speak with the expert. We have Senior Associate Editor Goutam Das with us here, and we'll just ask him what story he has written and what is this internet, regional language internet that he has written about. So Goutam, why don't you first explain to us what regional language internet really means?
It's very simple. Today the internet is largely in English. So the content on the internet is in English, and the supporting infrastructure that you use to access the internet is also in English. The interfaces, all of these mobile phones are in English. So the story is about how companies in India are developing technologies and to access the internet in their regional languages. So just to give you some comparison and a context to the whole thing, India has 422 million Hindi speakers, right? And do you know how many wiki pages are there in Hindi? It's just 22,000.
22,000?
Only 22,000 wiki pages in Hindi. So there's a lot of scope for content online. So you have two kinds of companies essentially who are attacking the what we are referring to as the regional language internet space. One is the content companies, which includes publishers and other people who do a lot of content. And the second category are the technology companies who enable this content.
Okay.
So when I say enable this content, it would mean companies who help you access the content, companies who provide apps, news apps and ebook apps in Hindi,
Who
in Gujarati.
generates the content? Is it
The publisher.
The publisher.
The publisher.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it could be people like us. Okay, it could be people, India Today, for instance,
Right.
generates a lot of regional language content.
Yeah.
But that content has to be out there, right? And it has to be enabled by technology, because the way we are accessing content is also changing. We are accessing content through iPads and mobile phones and things like that. So there has to be a regional language app from where you could download this content. So there are a lot of companies developing these apps. There are companies who are also developing operating system for mobile phones. Okay, regional language. There's a company out of Gurgaon, for instance. Okay, More First Solutions. They have a technology called First Touch technology. So they have converted the entire interface of the mobile phone into Gujarati. Okay, the swipe technology is in Gujarati. Okay, they give out predictions, matra predictions in Gujarati as you start typing. Very interesting company.
Okay, very interesting indeed. And so, well, this is another of those new areas that are coming up. But is there really investor interest? As in, are VCs looking at these companies? Are they investing in them?
We are at a very early stage of this regional language internet being built out. Only I think it was the last quarter of 2014 when Google came out with a regional language internet alliance that has around 19 companies put content.
Global alliance or
no? That's an Indian
alliance
for India to build out the regional language internet in India. Okay, I think it has 19 companies including Google. So content and technology guys. The whole movement, so to speak, is fairly new. But having said that, some companies are getting funded, and there is a lot of interest now in this area, because everybody has realized that for internet to grow in India, for more people to access the internet, you need to have content in regional language. So for instance, Lingua Next, it's a company based out of Pune, and they help convert a lot of these enterprise applications which are largely in English today into regional languages. Okay. They got funded in 2013, I'm assuming. There's a company out of Bangalore called Verse Innovation. They have an interesting ebook app. Okay. And a news app as well. Okay.
In regional languages.
Yeah. So that app helps you access content in several languages. Okay.
Wonderful.
Right. They also got funded. So yeah, it's good news.
Most of us speak in regional languages at home and with friends and all, and we tend to use English also quite a bit, especially at the workplace. But certainly this is an area, and you know the numbers that Goutam mentioned, 500 million is going to grow to, and there are just 190 million English speakers. So you know where that growth is going to come from. But if you think we've told you the entire story, it's not so. There's a lot more to this story. You must read it, buy the magazine, read the story, and then you tell us what you think about it. Okay? Thanks very much.
Just think about one more thing.
Right.
How many English movies do you watch versus Bollywood?
Right. And maybe I should start this program in Hindi next time. See you around.